Hey guys, it's your girl, aka Rosarita. And yes, I'm in my car in front of T-Mobile. My phone is glitching and I've got to have them look at it. I think I tapped something on there. Lord knows, I'm always doing something, but I got my coffee. So anyway, let me tell you what happened yesterday. So I was out and I stopped by a store to pick up some kitty litter and some cat food. And so in the process, of course, I walk in and I have this neighbor who, she's the sweetest thing. She's young. She hollers across the store when she sees me. Hi, Rose. I'm like, do you have to tell everybody that I'm up in here? Okay. But anyway, so I go over. She hugs me. First of all, I bought a fragrance and I wanted her to smell it anyway to see if she could still smell it. Magnolia. What is that? Estelada? Oh, it smells so freaking good. Okay, so anyway. So in the process, I asked her how her family's doing. She said everybody was doing fantastic. I said, that's great. And then she told me she had to go to the hospital, to the vet the other night emergency vet, because she had got a dog from a, shelter. And the dog was skittish. That's why I'm scared to get animals sometimes. So by the dog being skittish, it ran and jumped over the balcony. She lives on the 3rd floor. The dog broke its hip. So in the midst of the conversation, she said, so we had to take the dog to the emergency vet. We took 2 cars because so we took 2 cars. And I said, you took 2 cars? Well, I know she didn't have a car at first. She said, yeah, I bought a new car. And I said, really? And I said, oh my goodness. I said, what'd you buy? And she said, my dream car. It's a Cadillac. I said, a Cadillac? She said, yeah, it's a Cadillac. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, girl, I said, well, what year? She said, it's a 2015. Okay, so it's 10 years old. Okay. I said, how much you pay for it? And I said, I'm in the credit and stuff, money. She said, I paid a little over $15,000 for it. Okay. So I said, uh-huh. And then I said, so what's your payment? She said, my payment's about $263 a month, but my grandmother's helping me to pay for it. Oh, sticking grandma in there. Okay, so anyway. I said, wow. I said, well, that's good of her to help you pay for it. I said, so how many months is it financed for? She said, 72 months. I almost dropped my bags. Okay. 72 months is 6 years. I'm in my car, so I'm moving my phone. It's 6 years that she's going to be paying for this car that's already 10 years old. So I said, what's your interest rate? She didn't even know what her interest rate was. I told her, I said, she's looking at me like, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. Well, first of all, your boyfriend should have went with you or whatever if you were buying one and helped you out a little bit, not unless he's a little cuckoo himself. Anyway, I'm thinking this is not good. This is not good at all, because you're gonna pay way over that for this car. So I told her, I said, I couldn't, I'm not a mathematician. So I was just thinking, this is going to be disastrous. So then she says to me, I said, do you know how much maintenance is on that car? She said, well, I didn't get a warranty because it would have raised the note. I said, well, so what are you going to do? She said, I told them I would just buy a warranty. Girl, do you know these people charge you a lot for a warranty? And a lot of times the warranties don't cover what you think it's going to cover. You should have got the warranty from the dealership. The only thing I thought about, the only good part about it is she did go to a dealership and bought the car, as opposed to going to one of these shoddy side of the road people that'll turn your car off and all that good stuff. So she's ahead of the game there. But, oh my God, I'm like, these people are just doing stupid stuff. It's like that Band-Aid commercial. Are you stuck on stupid or stupid stuck on you? You know what I mean? But I didn't want to burst a little bubble. I told her, I said, do me a favor. I said, look at your paperwork, figure out. I said, don't even try to finance it. She said, and that's what I was telling my boyfriend. I was going to refinance it. I said, nobody's going to refinance that car for you. First of all, it's too old to refinance. Don't do it, or don't even try. Just, you're stuck. Anyway, so I said, get an envelope and put $30 or $40 out of every pay in that envelope, because eventually you're going to need tires, brakes. Something could fail on that Cadillac, and it is costly, baby. Okay? And you'll be paying for something that you can't even drive. I said, what you should have done was got yourself one of those little scooters. Either the stand-up ones, the motorized. Those are fast. And she's only a quarter of a mile from work. Y'all got to go grocery shopping. He got a car, okay? People, please stop. Please read your contract. Think about it before you do it. I told you in my last video, go to Chat GPT, whatever, and ask the pertinent questions, okay? See me here, you know I say it all the time. I say what I say. Rosarita dash, yes I said it, dash A to Z. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.